I was tempted not to make a video on this. I was on the other side of the country and I had just flown in today, so I was very tempted to just leave to this for tomorrow. However, I've gotten so many comments to make a video on it that I might as well do it. So, the Innovation Awards for the Roblox Bloxy replacement award thingies, they are now open, and Tower Defense Simulator are encouraging Tower Defense Simulator players to vote for them for the best strategy. Now, this is a very weird thing. It's the pre-voting stuff. It's the nominations. So, you can vote for best new experience with the experience link. Experience link, experience link. You're not voting for specific games as you did last time. Not yet, at least. Now, I'll get onto this later, but what happened last time was that Tower Defense Simulator was voted for the best strategy game, as seen here. In fact, they changed their thumbnails for that. However, they got beaten out by the strongest battlegrounds, and there was a whole farce about this in the Tower Defense Simulator community. This is the voting for that everyone is familiar with. That's the part where the nominations are ended and Roblox, I don't know, gives Tower Defense Simulator into certain categories. Now, this actually did happen last year on the 23rd of May 2025 when Below Natural posted onto the game announcements to vote for Tower Defense Simulator for Real Strategy Game in this year's Innovation Awards. The nomination link being here, by the way, 23rd of May 2024. However, Tower Defense Simulator did actually get nominated for Best Strategy Experience, and Below Natural were to post this on the 7th of July 2024. Now, currently it is the 7th of June 2025. So Roblox are like a month late when it comes to their nominations, at least compared to last year. However, I still assume that the voting period is going to be either July or August. I think they may push it back to August. I believe for the Real Strategy game last year, it was one of the first categories to be voted upon. And as you may know, Tower Defense Simulator lost. Now, last year, they promised they'll be giving away an in-game themed item around the award, similar to the Bloxy Commander. In 2024, Below Natural promised this when Tower Defense Simulator was nominated, or was about to be nominated for the Roblox Innovation Awards, as seen here. However, this year, not so much. The developers aren't promising us anything, mostly because, well, either they can't, because controversies last time with, I think, the strongest Battlefield, promising like an update for people to vote for them. I think maybe Roblox has cottoned onto that and has banned that. Or Tower Defense Simulator aren't promising anything because they haven't even been nominated for it yet. You can do the nomination for them, hence why there's a experience link form that you can fill out. However, no official confirming of any reward for voting for Tower Defense Simulator, but I do expect it to happen later on down the line if Tower Defense Simulator is nominated for Best Strategy. Below Natural also mentions, remember what was taken from us here. And to be fair, Tower Defense Simulator getting second here, quite impressive, I think. And Below Natural says he wants to avenge TDS. TDS at the Innovation Awards this year for Best Strategy. So going for the same category as he did last year. Now, why have the developers only pushed Best Strategy? It's probably because I don't think the developers realise. I think the developers realise they're probably not going to win any other category. Either that, or they're putting their eggs in all into one basket and thinking, right, their best opportunity we have to win is in the best strategy experience, and all of these other experiences, while Tower Defense Simulator may qualify for them, they're not going to win it. Certainly for best new experience, Tower Defense Simulator can't win that because it's not a new experience. However, Alter Ego, it also can't vote for that. Firstly, Alter Ego hasn't even been released yet. Secondly, there's no experience link that you can vote Alter Ego for, therefore meaning you can't really vote Alter Ego for best new experience when it's not even been released. Okay. Best collaboration, however, actually, technically, to be fair, you go for the Please Donate X TDS for best collaboration. However, is that really a good enough collaboration to be here? I don't know. I don't know what the other collaborations on Roblox are like. The People's Choice, I don't know. Maybe Below Natural will win something because he spoke on stage once last year on Roblox Developer Conference. Who knows? Best use of immersive marketing. I think Tower Defense Simulator's marketing is not immersive whatsoever. It's off-site, and you can't even get codes for its plushes anymore. So, not really immersive. And I think that might have to use the Shopify link. I don't know. They haven't updated that yet. Best use of intellectual property. Well, Tower Defense Simulator does have some intellectual property in its game. However, I don't think it qualifies for this purely because, well, it's not enough, and most of it is original content, which I probably consider to be a better thing than using other IPs. And I mean, like, yes, for the collaboration experience, you could probably also go Walmart XTDS, but that's barely anything. You just get a skin. Is that really better than Please Donate XTDS? I think if Tower Defense Simulator would be nominated for Best Collaboration, it would have to be for the Please Donate event, but I don't think that's good enough. Best Adventure Experience, I mean, Tower Defense Simulator is an adventure. I don't think it's an adventure experience. Best Party and Casual Game. Have you seen the parties in Tower Defense Simulator? People quit over the smallest things. Tower Defense Simulator cannot be nominated for that. Best obby and platformer experience. Well, did you know in Tower Defense Simulator once there was an obby that you needed to complete to get for the God Cube fragments? Yes, there was a short obby in the Nil Zone as part of Act 3. So, I mean, technically, Tower Defense Simulator could qualify for that. However, that was released all the way back in 2023. This is for at least 2024, so this probably doesn't count. Best survival experience, Tower Defense Simulator doesn't qualify for. Best roleplay / avatar sim experience. Again, Tower Defense Simulator does not apply there. Best simulation experience, Tower Defense Simulator doesn't apply. Best puzzle, best racing, best sports experience. I mean, Tower Defense Simulator does have the Flea and the Jester skins. So, technically speaking, a Tower Defense Simulator could possibly qualify for best sports experience. However, yeah, I don't think it does. Best strategy experience. This is the category where Tower Defense Simulator most likely applies for. Action experience, best shooter, RPG, doesn't apply for. Best UGC creator. I mean, technically speaking, Below Natural does apply for this. However, I don't think he's released anything in 2024, which means that he would be able to be eligible for this. And best video star name. Yeah, Paradoxum Games is not a video star. They do have a YouTube channel, but it's not a video star endorsed channel, so therefore meaning that they do not actually qualify for this. I mean, like, I technically do qualify for this, but if I actually do win Best Video Star, I am not keeping my speech PG. I will actually swear on live stream, Roblox, whatever they're doing it on. And that is not a good thing. You do not want to hear me swear, because I'll cuss out literally everyone. I'll cuss out the Institution of America if that happens. That, or just constantly mention football all the time, including the fact that Italy, no matter what they do, no matter how much they win, they'll never qualify for the World Cup. Like, look at this, 3-0 against a Norwegian side, really is only well known for, like, Erling Haaland, and not even Højlund. Højlund is shit now, I can't lie. But still, losing to Norway is terrible. I mean, you have the statistics here, 0-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, and yet they can't beat Norway, and they got hammered 3-0. By Erling Haaland and men. That's just insane. And while technically speaking, you can vote Tower Defense Simulator for all of these categories by just using the link for Tower Defense Simulator, I'm pretty sure Roblox has a filtering system, and they kind of know, right, Tower Defense Simulator is definitely not a role-playing game. Doesn't apply for that. And also, yes, if you do want to vote Tower Defense Simulator, which, to be fair, because this is nominations, I don't think it's really worth it, but just for the sake of purposes, you want to vote for Tower Defense Simulator as a nominee, right? All you need to do is just post Tower Defense Simulator's link here, and bam, right? That's all you need to do. And in fact, to save yourself some time, just go down to the strategy experience, do that, and just fill out the form. That's really it. You don't really need to do anything else. It's pretty much a waste of time if you fill out the form for everything else, if you purely only want Tower Defense Simulator, if that's the only Roblox game that you play, aka me. Yeah, it's the only Roblox game that I've ever played. Not the only Roblox game I've ever played. It's the only Roblox game I've played in, like, the last 5 years, on and off. Now, the problem that I see with this is, A, there's no reward yet. I expect if Tower Defense Simulator is nominated for a category, most likely Best Strategy Experience, Tower Defense Simulator will get a promise to its players that they'll receive, like, a reward of some kind, similar to the Bloxy Commander. However, I don't think that matters too much. What I think matters more is the popularity of the game. The reason why Strongest Battlegrounds won last time over Tower Defense Simulator is because it was the more popular game, as far as I was aware. Now, fun fact, Tower Defense Simulator has actually been nominated 4 times. In the 7th annual Bloxy Award, Tower Defense Simulator was nominated for Best Lobby. However, I don't think in this circumstance you could actually vote what you consider to be the best lobby. I think it was like an after thing. I'm not entirely sure. I think I forgot. However, they actually won in the 8th annual Bloxy Awards. They won Best Trailer. Now, this isn't me dissing on all the other games, by the way, but Tower Defense Simulator is the vastly more popular game, at least even at the time, compared to the other games as seen here. I mean, 2 of them are even deactivated, and one of them only has, well, I say only has 3,500 players. Not a bad number to gawk at in Roblox terms. However, Tower Defense Simulator regularly gets above that. As for the Roblox Innovation Awards 2022, which was the first Roblox Innovation Awards, having renamed from Bloxy's, so actually, in the last ever Bloxy Awards, Tower Defense Simulator did win something. Okay, but in the Roblox Innovation Awards, it was up against Piggy, Jailbreak, and Lumion Legacy for Best Content Update. And no surprises here, Piggy won. I mean, I think Piggy's like one of the most popular Roblox games, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, 24,000. I mean, Tower Defense Simulator sometimes gets that, but as of currently right now, it has 11,000, so less than half. And as mentioned, for the Roblox Innovation Awards, it lost to the Strongest Battlegrounds, which currently has 130,000 players. Yeah, Tower Defense Simulator was always going to lose that. So I think, more than anything, Tower Defense Simulator, being reliant on winning Best Strategy Experience, just depends on the other Roblox games that are nominated in this category. Given the fact that Tower Defense Simulator became second in the last Roblox Innovation Awards for Best Strategy, there's every chance that Roblox would nominate Tower Defense Simulator and exclude The Strongest Battleground because I don't think they like repeat winners. With that being said though, Tower Defense Simulator has won Best Content Trailer previously. Not Best Strategy Game, but given the fact that Roblox has endorsed Tower Defense Simulator through a load of other means, which I'll get to in a later video, who knows? Maybe Roblox would put Tower Defense Simulator up against rivals that it could actually beat. Furthermore, there could be special categories where Tower Defense Simulator could win the award for. Like in the previous Roblox Innovation Awards, there were other categories which players couldn't vote on, yet they got special awards, like the Builderman special award. I don't know, I forgot. But there are special awards which you can't nominate games for, but are handed out randomly. One thing that I hope Tower Defense Simulator gets, or there is an award for, is Best Sound Design or Best Soundtrack. Because I think in the Roblox community, Tower Defense Simulator is actually renowned for its sound design by Enthrallist and Focus, and also its soundtracks. They're like pretty good, and I think the Roblox community actually recognizes this. So I think if Roblox were to have like a hidden award for Best Sound Design in a game or Best Soundtracks in a game, Tower Defense Simulator would be within a shout to actually win that. With that being said though, I don't think Tower Defense Simulator will win an award this year. I'll have to remain to be seen on that. Furthermore, this is the Roblox Innovation Awards, the same awards which will be handed out in September, like the early September, at Roblox Developer Conference, which, fun fact, I will be there. I won't identify myself, but I will be there because I have been invited, and I am aware of the presence of other Paradoxum Games developers that will be there. However, just to clarify, I'm not going as part of the entourage for Paradoxum Games, I'm going as a solo person. Hide my identity well enough, you will never know that I was there. I might even speak with a voice changer so that nobody will be able to recognise me. Who knows? But yes, that's why, as of currently right now, there's no big statue in the middle of the lobby saying, vote for Tower Defense Simulator in this game here. Because really, it's just a nomination. And Tower Defense Simulator seemingly always gets nominated for something in these awards.